Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker, as we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the #1 team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth. Here comes the offense on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab over the middle.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
They'll throw it on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
After the misfire, now on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
LSU lining up first and goal. He wants it all. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And a nice job by the running back finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He's got it down the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They'd hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
Yeah, I love the third down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on fourth down.
Man, it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds a tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends, there's so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Here's the handoff. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone. I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Back open in the middle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
LSU trying to convert a 4th down. Direct snap. How about that defense rising? The offense set for a first down play. He's going to pass. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On second down, they'll take to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Power ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Field goal is good, and they'll push that lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Arkansas is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Hogs have gotten up off the canvas before.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense, and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Just going to keep it after the snap.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to get the first through the air. They're working that left side. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They'll try the right side. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You can tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle.
And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, when you call the wheel route, you need to have the right matchup, and that time they did. It was the linebacker on the running back, one-on-one. He uses his speed, beat him to the outside, and that's about as easy as it can get.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Finds us back in the middle. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. Looking to throw for it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like at third short, what they like third medium, third long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Shotgun snap on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He leaves it with his back. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. This offense has a 2nd down play. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. They'll go right back to the run. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
So you're saying there's a chance, Reese. I know it's not a big chance, but you got the ball back now. Maybe your offense can get hot. You can create some turnovers, maybe get an onside kick. Who knows? I'm saying there's a chance.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He now has 84 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Quick strike complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just lets it fly deep downfield. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. The 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. What a great play by the defense and paying it off. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Give to the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Calls his own number. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some first down. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will.
Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the punishment has been extended. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. I'm sure they don't like the score, but they haven't done anything about it, so they're just going to have to eat it right now with the way they're getting smacked.
Just take it, right? I mean, you'd like to say, hey, take a knee, run the clock out. You don't have to run the score up, but I can do something about it.
7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. You know, 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road. Great start, but you can tell this team's for real, for real.
No doubt, and they deserve for us all to be talking about them right now because they look as advertised. This is a team with tremendous talent. They've taken care of business up to this point, but now because they're undefeated at this point of the year, every game from this point out gets bigger and bigger and more important.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.